Bedside manner from another planet. 3 alien nurses healed me their way. Awakening in stardust. Marcus Kane's eyes fluttered open to a ceiling that shimmered like captured northern lights. His body ached with the memory of his ship tearing apart in the asteroid field, metal screaming, alarms wailing, then nothing. Now he lay on something soft that seemed to breathe beneath him, and the air tasted of vanilla and ozone. He wakes. The voice was melodic, layered with harmonics no human throat could produce. 3 figures materialized from the iridescent walls. The first stood tall with skin the color of twilight, deep purple fading to silver at her extremities. Her eyes were entirely luminous amber, and silver hair floated around her head as if underwater. "I am Sarah," she said, placing a gentle hand on his chest. "Your heart races. Fear is unnecessary here." Beside her, a shorter figure with skin like polished copper and geometric patterns that glowed faintly across her shoulders smiled warmly. "I'm Nyx. We found your pod drifting near our station." Her voice carried the warmth of summer rain. The third nurse had moonlight-pale skin with a faint opalescent shimmer, and eyes that shifted between green and blue. Wild curls of silver-white hair were adorned with small crystal beads that chimed softly. "Zara," she introduced herself, tilting her head curiously. "You're quite broken, human. But we excel at mending what others consider lost." Marcus tried to sit up but gasped as pain lanced through his ribs. Sarah's hand pressed him gently back down, and suddenly a wave of calm washed over him, starting where her palm touched his skin and spreading outward like ripples. "Our methods may seem strange," NYX explained, her copper fingers already tracing patterns in the air above his injuries, leaving trails of golden light. "Lyrian healing is holistic. We mend body, mind, and spirit together." Zara leaned closer, and he caught her scent, something like rain on stone. "Trust us, Marcus Kane. We'll make you whole again." The Harmony Protocol. The next morning, Marcus discovered that Lyrian healing was unlike anything practiced on Earth. Sarah dimmed the medbay lights until only the bioluminescent panels in the walls provided a soft glow, casting dancing shadows across the curved ceiling. "Pain is discord," she explained, settling beside him on the adaptive bed. "To heal you, we must first harmonize with your rhythms." Her luminous amber eyes held his. "This requires trust, Marcus. May I enter your thoughts?" His hesitation lasted only a moment before he nodded. Sarah placed her cool fingers against his temples, and suddenly he felt her presence, not invasive, but gentle, like a warm tide lapping at the shores of his consciousness. Images flowed between them, his daughter's laughter, the coffee shop where he'd had his first kiss, the terror of his ship breaking apart. She absorbed it all without judgment, and in return, he felt her memories. Cities of crystal spires, songs that moved through the air like visible music, the profound loneliness of her people's empathic gift. When she withdrew, tears streaked down both their faces. NYX approached next, her copper skin gleaming. "Now we align your bioenergy." She pressed her palms to his chest, and warmth flooded through him, not burning, but alive, electric. He gasped as the sensation traveled along his nerve pathways, awakening parts of himself that had gone numb after the crash. The geometric patterns on her shoulders pulsed brighter with each breath he took. Zara completed the triangle, her opalescent hands hovering over his injuries. Where she passed them, his skin tingled and ached, then slowly began to knit. The broken ribs shifted, realigning with soft clicks that should have hurt but instead brought relief. "You're doing beautifully," Zara murmured, and her smile made something flutter in his chest that had nothing to do with healing. By session's end, Marcus could breathe deeply for the first time in days. But something else had shifted too, something he wasn't quite ready to name. Breaking barriers. A week passed in the tranquil rhythm of healing sessions and quiet conversations. Marcus found himself looking forward to their visits not just for the relief they brought his battered body, but for the sound of NYX's laugh, the way Sarah's thoughts brushed against his like silk, the crystal chimes in Zara's hair that sang whenever she moved. One evening, he asked about their world. They gathered around him eagerly, and Sarah projected images directly into his mind. Cities that grew like gardens, storms of colored light that danced across purple skies, families bonded not by blood but by choice and deep empathic connection. "What about love?" Marcus asked quietly. How do your people connect? The three nurses exchanged glances, something unspoken passing between them. NYX spoke first, her copper cheeks darkening with a blush that made her patterns glow brighter. We bond in triads, usually. Emotional resonance is our foundation. Physical touch amplifies it. We're not supposed to feel this way about patients, Zara admitted suddenly, her opalescent skin shimmering with emotion. But you're different, Marcus. Your mind, your spirit, they sing to us. Sarah reached for his hand, her twilight fingers intertwining with his. In your memories, I saw loneliness that mirrors our own. We've dedicated ourselves to healing others, but forgotten to tend our own hearts. Marcus's pulse quickened. I feel it too. All of you. I don't understand how it's possible, but... He didn't finish. Sarah leaned in, her luminous eyes searching his face for permission, and when he nodded, she kissed him softly. Her lips tasted of starlight and promises. When they parted, NYX and Zara had moved closer, their expressions hopeful and vulnerable. We shouldn't, NYX whispered, even as her hand found his. But we will, Zara finished, her voice certain. Outside the viewport, twin moons rose over an alien horizon, bearing witness to the moment everything changed. The bonding ritual. Marcus's recovery had plateaued. Despite their efforts, a deep cellular damage remained, something that required more than standard healing protocols. The three nurses stood before him with serious expressions, and Sarah spoke first. There's one more option, she said softly. The triad bonding. It's an ancient ritual our people reserve for the most severe cases. But Marcus, you must understand, it creates permanent emotional links between us. What we feel, you'll feel. Our lives become intertwined. NYX added, her copper hands clasped nervously. It's also sacred. Intimate. It requires complete vulnerability from all of us. Once done, it cannot be undone. Zara's crystal beads chimed as she stepped closer. We've already broken protocols by falling for you. This would shatter them completely. But we want to offer this choice. We want you whole, even if it means binding ourselves to you forever. Marcus looked at each of them, Sarah's twilight beauty, NYX's warm radiance, Zara's moonlit grace. His heart had already made its choice days ago. I want this. I want you. All of you. The ritual began at midnight when both moons aligned. They guided him to a circular chamber where starlight filtered through a crystalline dome. Sarah, NYX, and Zara formed a triangle around him. Their hands joined, and began to hum, a sound that resonated in his bones. As the bonding energy built, they moved closer. Sarah kissed him deeply while NYX's hands traced patterns of warmth across his skin and Zara's touch sent shivers of healing light through his body. The boundaries between them blurred. He felt Sarah's fierce devotion, NYX's gentle passion, Zara's playful adoration, all flowing through their connection. Time lost meaning. There was only sensation, emotion, and the overwhelming feeling of being completely known and completely loved. When the ritual peaked, golden light exploded from their joined forms, and Marcus felt every damaged cell in his body regenerate and transform. A new constellation. Dawn found them entangled together on the ritual chamber floor, Marcus cradled between his three nurses. He could feel them now, Sarah's contentment humming through their bond, NYX's sleepy warmth, Zara's bright joy. It was overwhelming and perfect. What happens now? He asked quietly. I was supposed to return to Earth after recovery. Sarah propped herself up on one elbow, her amber eyes serious. The bonding changes everything. We're connected now. Distance would cause all of us pain, emotional and physical. We've contacted the Lyrian Council, NYX said, trailing copper fingers along his arm. We've requested release from our station duties. It's unprecedented, 3 healers abandoning their posts for a patient. Not a patient, Marcus corrected, pulling her closer. Family. That's what this is, isn't it? Zara's face lit up, her crystals singing. Yes. The 4 of us, our own constellation. We could travel together, explore the outer sectors. Your piloting skills, our healing knowledge, would be invaluable to frontier settlements. I've spent years running from loneliness, Marcus admitted. Always moving, never belonging anywhere. But with you three, I finally understand what home means. It's not a place. It's people, Sarah finished, pressing her forehead to his. It's us. A week later, they departed the medical station in a newly commissioned vessel. Marcus at the helm, Sarah navigating, NYX managing systems, and Zara cataloguing their discoveries. Through the viewport, stars stretched into infinity, a million possibilities waiting to be explored. As they jumped to light speed, their 4 hands joined on the console, the bond between them glowing softly with promise. 4 lessons of love and healing. In the vastness of space, the greatest discovery is not new worlds, but hearts brave enough to love without boundaries. True healing touches body, mind, and soul, and sometimes requires surrendering to connection rather than fighting alone. Family is not defined by biology or tradition, but by the souls who choose to intertwine their destinies with yours. The most profound courage is allowing yourself to be vulnerable, to be known completely, and to trust that you are worthy of unconditional love.